Oh, la campana.
Es hora de rezar. Tenemos que irnos.
Lord Sattler.
Where's everyone going? Bingo?
Hey guys, how you doing? It's I Ain't Got Beef. It's been a little minute since I've been on the channel. Been lifing, you know what I'm saying? But we're back at it. Today we're looking at RE4 Remake, released in 2023. Dude, I didn't want to like rush to get this game when it launched because I was like, I'm not gonna pay 60 for a game I've probably bought like 5 or 6 times at this point. So I waited, and I waited for the gold edition. I knew that Separate Ways was going to be sold separately. Get it?
Are you sure?
And I was just like, okay, I'll wait. Fine, whatever. I've already played the game. The remake looks great, but I'll wait to play it. Dude, I wish I low-key would have bought it on day one just to experience it sooner, honestly. I think it's worth it, but I ended up getting it for like $32 after tax on an Xbox sale. So what can I say about RE4? Well, I'll start with the aesthetic and gameplay, and just the world. It's all exactly how a remake should be, down to the village, to the church, to the mines, all the way to the very end of the game, in the island. All of it feels exactly how I would imagine it if it was made in 2020, you know, in the 2020s. And that's awesome. It's a game that the remake itself is going to, you know, withstand time very, very well, just like its original counterpart. So it's good to see that Capcom was like, we don't want to make the mistake of RE3 Remake and just push a remake out and hope that it just sells and it does good. We want to make sure that it thrives. So, you know, the environments, the textures, all that stuff is like
just works.
perfect. And the performance is great. I didn't have one single frame drop, hiccup, freeze, stutter, you know, glitch, anything like that. And that was awesome. I'm like, dude, this game was fully polished and ready to go out the gate. Which obviously I got it late. I got it, almost 2 years late. But still, I think that that's important because a lot of developers, they make these games, they're done, you know, the teams leave, no one's messing with them, no one's touching them anymore. So, playing this remake, hey, it's top notch. The characters, the story, although there are some slight alterations with some things to match a more modern audience, it still works for me. And I'm really referencing like the Ada and Krauser storyline with Wesker, all that stuff going on. They changed that. They took out some parts of the game as well, which honestly to me, I'm like, dude, it's been 20 years. It's cool. You know, like we got to play RE4 multiple times and do that same story over and over and over again. So it was cool to see some variation in there and some changes that I feel like weren't too, you know, too far away, and they're able to still, you know, capture the fun and the experience of the original game, no doubt. So I'm like, okay, you can cut a little bit of content, go ahead. But as far as like the characters, like Ashley's, you know, still funny, still like the dynamic between her and Leon is very cool, and actually like during gameplay, they actually talk to each other now. They're not, you know, you're not just hearing, help me, Leon! You're not just hearing that over and over again. They actually go back and forth. If you get hurt, you know, she'll announce it and she'll be like, yo, get the fuck down. You know what I'm saying? Like, she doesn't exactly say that, but it's cool to see that there's not just boring, unrealistic banter. It's actually like, you know, combat related, or like if someone's behind you, she'll be like, Leon, behind you, or, you know, if you get hurt, she's like, Leon, no! You know, so it's just more attentive. And at certain sections of the game, this is like completely new dialogue, by the way. Certain sections of the game they talk about, certain events, or Leon will say one thing and Ashley responds to it. It's just more realistic. It feels more natural, and so it's very nice. And all the other characters, I feel like people were so upset about Louise and the way he looked. I was like, dude, what's wrong with the way he looks? He looks more traditional to the area that he's in. I don't know a better way of saying that. If I'm saying it incorrectly, I'm sorry. But he is from Spain, obviously. So he fits what the demographic is calling for a lot better in the remake, versus the pretty suave guy that he is in the original game. I know people will get upset about, hearing that, but I think it works for Louise in this game, and there's nothing wrong with it. And the game still manages to feel scary as hell. Like this moment right here with Ashley running around with the lantern with the knights, dude, I was literally like on the edge of my seat, and I don't even know why. Like, scary shit doesn't normally get to me. Maybe it was the headset on and I was like fully locked in, but dude, you can see I'm just fucking running around here. I'm like, dude, this shit is scary. I want to go. No, but it still has like all those classic fucking terrifying moments. The regenerators, dude, when you get to the lab, my nigga, and they're all fucking, and they're faster. They're faster. They're fucking bigger. They're stronger. You know what I'm saying? Like the enemies in this game are smarter. They're ready for you. They're ready for the remake, so to speak. And that's really cool. It's really cool how Capcom kind of touched base with everything, and they didn't just focus on one thing. They were like, if we're doing it, we're doing it. We're going all the way. And obviously, guys, the mercenary mode speaks for itself. I love it. Some people have gripes with it. I'm like, dude, it's mercenary mode. It's fun. It's, it's in the RE engine, modern graphics, modern gameplay. You're faster, you're stronger. What's not to love about that? And as far as like replayability, I mean, come on, y'all know what it is. You can play Resident Evil 1,000 times and still have fun. And unlock new costumes and unlock new weapons and things like that. So I think the RE4 Remake, man, is the game that any horror, survivor horror, or just Resident Evil fan in general, because I know some people just play RE and they're like, I'm cool. They don't really touch any other survival horror. Play this, play all the remakes. They're all good, except for 3. But yeah, play all of them. And they're all fun. Like, I'm going through my collection right now. I've been playing all the Resident Evils. I just beat 7 again. Moving on to 8. I beat it on the PlayStation. Now I'm beating on the Xbox. Just a hype beast, I suppose. But, guys, that's it. I really just wanted to talk about RE4. And I'm just excited to be making videos again at a more faster pace, not 2 months apart. But, dude, I really enjoyed this game, and I'm just kind of glad to be, talking about games again. I know I'm a smaller channel, but, you got to be hyped, man. You got to enjoy what you make. And I think Capcom did that very well with this game.
The big cheese